Cyril Ramaphosa has announced that his country will symbolically hand over the G20 presidency to an empty chair during the upcoming summit in Johannesburg as the United States declines to attend. The remark was prompted by the announcement from the US that no government officials would attend the upcoming summit on Friday and Saturday. On Saturday and Sunday in South Africa, Johannesburg at Nasrec. Now, the absence of U.S. leadership at the summit marks a rare low point for the G20, an institution built on the cooperation of the world's major economies. And for more on this, we are joined on the line by a senior lecturer in the Department of Political Sciences at the University of South Africa, Professor Dirk Coetzee. Professor Coetzee, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much.
Now, let's talk about the U.S. Do you think the U.S. will not send a representative as per Trump's announcement? Is this something that we should just forget about?
Well, I think there won't be coming someone from the current administration. That means someone from the White House, someone from the executive, someone representing, therefore, the U.S. in terms of from a political point of view. Whether it is possible to send one of the most senior persons in the embassy, the American embassy in South Africa, to stand in and just from a point of view of filling the gap, that I don't think is completely impossible. But it's all going to depend ultimately on President Trump's decision.
And do you think that this will have an impact on the G20, just considering the fact that this is a group of 20 leaders and any decisions or that need to be confirmed by all leaders, all partners to the G20, if one of them is missing or a few of them are missing, does that then still hold, whatever decisions are taken this particular weekend?
Well, the persons who participate in the G20, like this one, are there as state representatives. They represent the state. It's not the president who is supposed to be necessarily there. We are seeing that in some cases there will be prime ministers who will represent and not the president, or even some other very senior persons, like, for example, ministers of foreign affairs in some instances. So it is not about that the membership is about the person of the president. The membership is about the state. And the state can decide who they are going to send to represent them at the summit.
And now, just say, for interest's sake, we say, hypothetically, the U.S. does not send anyone. What does it mean going forward?
Well, it means that the biggest economy in the world is not there. And I think we should remind ourselves that the G20 has been formed as a result of some of the big economic problems that developed, especially round about from 2000 onwards. So it is an informal arrangement. It's not formal. It does not have permanent institutions. It does not have a secretariat. It does not have a secretary general. None of those aspects it has. So in that sense, it has developed now over time to where it is with inclusion of the European Union, the inclusion of the African Union, and South Africa as an African state, but not part of the top 20 economies of the world. So in that sense, it's a forum that deals with the big economic issues of the world, and where it is a dialogue, discussion forum in which they try to develop some form of consensus about big issues, big economic issues, global issues, how that should be approached in a more collective way. So that is in essence what the G20 is. It does not have binding decision-making powers. Whatever the statement is going to be at the end of it is merely there because they support it. But other countries who are not there are not necessarily expected to support it, for example. It's not at the same level as, for example, the United Nations, where even there they don't have binding force, the decisions there, except for some of the Security Council.
Now, next year, the US is now hosting the G20 summit. Is South Africa likely to attend next year's G20 summit in the US? And just what does it mean for the relations? We know that from now until next year, this time, the build-up will be there in terms of, whether it's communication and discussions between both countries. But what does it mean going forward for South Africa?
Well, South Africa will remain quite closely involved in the preparations for and the transition to next year's presidency of the US, of the G20. They work with the practice that's been used by many international organizations of that it's of three countries or three members that are working together. It's the current president, the former president, and the incoming president. And South Africa, as the former president, will therefore be part of it. So when it comes to formal discussions, formal preparations for next year's G20 process, because it takes the whole year, South Africa is expected, in terms of this practice, to participate in that. Next year, with the final summit, South Africa must decide whether we want to be there or not. It's not something. South Africa is a full member, so they can't be prevented from attending it.
Well, Prof, it's a very interesting time in South Africa. What are you looking forward to this coming weekend when it comes to the G20 summit?
Well, I think what will be interesting is, first of all, to see ultimately who do arrive here from the different countries. And then secondly, what will be the main points on which they are going to either easily agree on, or where there will be sticking points, where they might disagree on specific issues. A lot of the work has been done already, so it's in a sense the finalization of the process. It's not something which starts afresh. And therefore, normally there's not many issues that are being contested at the time of the summit. But it's never impossible for that to happen. And I think given the current nature of the global situation, both economically as well as politically, there's more than enough reason for quite an active and vibrant debate that can happen there.
Well, Prof, thank you so much for joining us on Africa Update. We'll leave it there for today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
That's Professor Dirk Coetzee, Senior Lecturer in the Department of Political Sciences at the University of South Africa, joining us on the line. It is 22 after 12 Central African Time.
Global leaders